Fight Fan special guest on the line joining us now, coming off a big knockout win. Big statement, Mr. Brian Mendoza.
What's up, brother?
How you guys doing, man? Appreciate you for having me.
Welcome to the show. Congratulations on a big win in an exciting fight. You know, you were the underdog going into this fight. A lot of people, you know, are high on Fundora. And quite frankly, you know, he's a hell of a fighter. What did you see going into this fight that nobody else did, like stylistically?
I mean, number one being no fear. I feel like people freeze just at the sight of his height and his reach and stuff. I feel like a lot of people freeze just off the strength of that. And then I saw the tall, lanky guy, you know, it was very awkward. You know, it even took me a few rounds to like, I couldn't even really clinch or anything. It was like I would try to hold or something to slow down the momentum or something, but he has like these loop-de-loop shots that go all the way around. And
right.
That part was crazy. So he's very awkward, big volume and everything. So he made it to where he has, you know, for a reason. But I still saw like a lanky guy that can't block all that body, can't block his head 24/7. You know, his hands are down to shoot at a smaller target. So I just saw holes in the game, you know, that I could take advantage of.
Oh, what was his power like?
He doesn't have much pop. It's more about the volume for sure. Like I never felt even like, you know, like a flash daze or anything like that. It was legitimate. Like I was just like, oh, this is what it is. Like he's one of those guys that he doesn't even care about hitting you hard. He's not trying to hit you hard. He's just trying to touch you. And that breaks people mentally before even physically, because they're like, yo, like I can't breathe. I can't, you know, just, you feel this pressure.
Right.
But that's why.
How many rounds did it take you to start getting close enough to touch him? Where you felt it, where you say, okay, now I know I can, because initially, obviously it was the issue. You had to adjust to that lanky size and those loopy shots. What round did you say to yourself, I know I'm gonna touch him with a hard shot?
I mean, I just knew it was a matter of time. The plan was always to have a big second half, either big enough to walk away with the decision or a knockout. Because that first half, I'm going up against a machine. You're not going to take out a machine right away. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of that, but it was just, you know, I had great sparring. You know, like my main sparring that I brought in was Michael Fox, 6'4" southpaw welterweight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he gave me great looks, and he's a lot more slick than Fundora. He actually uses a lot of his height and reach and stuff. So it was difficult to touch him, but I always said, if I can touch him, then I'm really going to land something on Fundora. And it was just, you know, having faith in the process, because, you know, it was a similar look, but, you know, he boxes a lot more. So It was that, but just having faith in my gas tank and everything too, just knowing that even if it is awkward at first, I know I'm going to close the distance, and I know he's also going to close the distance for me. But it was more just that, just keep chopping the tree and just keep moving forward. But I actually was motivated from even the first round. Because once the second round started, I looked and his body was already turning red. So I know that I'm obviously touching. He has a good poker face, you know, for those shots. But yeah, you look, people are saying, oh, you weren't landing a lot of overhands. Like, yes, I was. Just look at where I was aiming. Okay. You weren't landing a lot of those hooks. Yes, I was. Look where I was aiming. I wasn't headhunting like every single opponent has. They just want to headhunt, but it's the target in front of me is body. I got to look up for his head, for his weight. I'm not trying to do all that reaching, you know, and jump and trying to get up there. Like I'm gonna bring him down to my level and chop that tree bit by bit till it's the height that I need it to be.
Okay, so let's go back to the seventh round. That left hook. I mean, it looked like it wasn't a crazy hard left hook. Did you, even after you threw it, you seemed to step back? Did you even think that shot was gonna do the damage that it did?
No, because, you know, my thing, like I said, I keep reiterating, you know, chop the tree. It was chop the tree. The whole mentality in the fight was chop the tree. I wasn't really looking for one. You know, every once in a while I would try to sit maybe on a big shot, but I wasn't looking for one. The point is snap your shots. And actually, if you look at the break before that round, I don't know if they put on the official fight part yet, but Salas told me, he's like, hey, go put some heat on the shots in this round. Like, don't get stuck in his rhythm. He said, put a little more heat on him, because it was second half, time to step it up. I had even asked him, because in the flow of the fight, I lost track of the rounds. Like, hey, what round is it? Because we got a game plan to follow.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they knew, and there was no ring card girls. So I was like, bro, they're taking it. It's very crucial.
You said, where the girls at? Where the bathing suits at?
For something, bro. But I was at least least looking for the round, you know.
Yeah.
But
Now,
I was trying, man.
Did you know when he hit the canvas that he wasn't going to get up from that in time?
No, that's why you saw the heat I put on those follow-up shots to put him down, because I dazed him with the hook, and then I put everything behind. Yeah, I put everything behind that shot, and even the hook on his way down. But that was more of like, hey, stay down, you know, type of thing. But
like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Let's finish this.
Yeah.
Now. Look, I mean, how was your interaction with him after the fight? Once he was up, conscious, did you get a chance to have a little powwow with him, and how did that go?
Only in the ring, which you saw. I didn't get to talk to him backstage, but in the ring, we did, you know, just have that little moment. It was like, hey, man, like, I appreciate you, you know, tough fight. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Because he didn't have to. You know, I know everybody looked at me as food, but like, this was very dangerous food, you know, like even at the very least, I had a puncher's chance, you know, like, to even the people that didn't believe at all. So this was still a risky fight to take, you know, so hats off to him.
What did he say to you?
Nothing much, man. We kept it very, very short and sweet, you know. He's like, good fight, you know, all that stuff. Didn't have like a full conversation.
Got it.
So let's go back to you talking about, you know, everybody's looking at you as food. You know, you had 2 losses. You know, in this kind of game, you know, a loss kind of really sets you back, unless you're a really, really popular fighter. Did you ever get discouraged, possibly, like maybe after like that Ramos fight, and say, man, I don't know, should I keep going or what?
I've been through every emotion you can possibly think of, man, from the happiest to the darkest. I've seen it all, but I feel like, you know, I wouldn't change it for anything, because that's where my career brought me.
When was your darkest moment? Around what time in your career?
Honestly, man, my first loss, because it was a fight. It was a fight I wasn't supposed to take, and then that's still when that invincibility gets crushed.
Why weren't you supposed to take that fight?
I was still, you know, I was supposed to be A side. It was a guy that was like a 9-1. He had, you know, beat some other, you know, tough dudes, but he was supposed to just be tough or whatever. And then that's when I was holding on to 147 a little too long. You know, I couldn't make those cuts anymore.
Right.
But, you know, no excuses. Like, the guy was a better night on that night, and that's still just what crushed me. It wasn't about weight. It wasn't about anything. It was the fact that the invincibility had been crushed in that moment. I was like, yo, this isn't supposed to happen. So it was more that.
Do you think you needed this win, especially you know how dramatic it was, to really not convince yourself, but also establish that, all right, I'm good enough to compete with the big dogs here. I need to keep going. Like, did you put that pressure on yourself going into this fight?
No, not so much that, but even going into the Ramos fight, it was like, I went the 10-12 and Ramos never hurt me either. You know, like, I've been in there with guys. I eat their shots. I took Rosario's best punches. He landed an uppercut that made me look like an owl, snapped my neck all the way back. And even then, you know, I didn't buckle. Like, I didn't feel anything. I have the chin. Now, you know, with Tony Brady behind me, I have the gas tank, the strength and conditioning for it. I have the intelligence with Ismail Salas and all my people around me. Like, it's all blended together. So it's been little by little, but it's more about realizing who I am more than like finding the confidence in this and that. It was just more realizing who I am, you know, just taking down and sitting and taking all those things into account.
Well, with that being said, what names are they promising you? What is the PBC? What do they have lined up for you?
Nothing yet. You know, the dust is still settling and everything, but you know, obviously I'm the interim, so like logistically, the next in line is the full, you know, the undisputed and everything, and it's all in one. With, you know, Charlo has all in one right now. The next step is that logistically, but you know, whatever it is, man.
But that's the fight you would choose over any other one, obviously.
Of course, man. You know, I'm in this for real. I'm not, you know, I just proved, you know, I went in for the title. I told people I'm not excited. Ooh, yay, I made it this far. Nah, the dream was to have the title. The dream was to have the titles. Like, you know, there's multiple. It's not, that's what we're really going for. So nah, I want Charlo. I want the undisputed. Like, you know, I just beat this and now I'm solidified. Now they can't deny me, but I beat Charlo and I'm really like, you can't, like, that's history right there. So
yeah.
So now I want to chase greatness.
100%. Now, you know, Charlo's probably going to be tied up for the rest of the year. You know, he's recovering. Then he has a fight with Tim Tszyu. Then he's going to have another break. So in that meantime, if before this fight, I would say, hey, would you like that rematch with Jesus Ramos? He just had a good fight, you know, against Joey Spencer. But now that you're so high on the list now, I mean, you're the interim champ of the WBC. Are you going to look for bigger fists? Maybe fish guys like Brian Castano, guys who are ranked higher, or would you even entertain a fight with Jesus Ramos, a rematch?
Of course, I like a little get back too, but so we have like some unfinished business there. So, but to be honest, bro, I just don't have an answer, but I will tell you, I want all the smoke. I can't tell you that much. I want everybody. So, even after I beat Rosario, I got ranked in 160 and 154 since they made me take the fight at 160.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, so, and I told my team, they said, well, wait, do you want? I said, either one, 160 or 154. I want both of them. Wow. So, biggest opportunities, to answer your question, yes, the names, of course, but I just want the biggest opportunities. But you see how easy these fights are to make with me. There's not even a build-up or anything. Like, yo, he signed. Let's go with me.
Gotcha.
So it's too easy, man.
We're looking forward to seeing you back in the ring. Obviously, you bring excitement to the sport, and now
I appreciate that.
Love there. So looking forward to seeing you, man. Good luck moving forward.
Appreciate that, man. Pleasure to be talking with you guys.
Likewise, man. Take care, champ.
Bye. Yes, sir. Yes. Take care.
Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.